Here with Ben Serotta from Serotta Cycling, the namesake, and we know about your long history in cycling. Tell us about the latest incarnation of Serotta.
So, I had the right idea, early on, and it's just, it's been a journey, and now, so the goal of this business is not to try to remake what the business had been at a time, but to keep it intimate. And so I have my small group of supermaster craftsmen, and there's a limited capacity, and so we're trying to manage that. Make sure that we're not falling too short, or overselling, and just keeping it sized right so that I can give people their best value. We have all these exotic tubes and these great craftsmen, and I know how to design a bike for a person to optimize everything, and it's fun, And so that's the goal.
Right.
So we have our most of the frames that we're doing now are straight up full on custom. Every bike starts as a clean sheet of paper, and they're a single tube costs probably as much as most carbon fiber frames cost to fabricate in Asia.
Yeah.
So, but just building a bike is not what I'm going to do. It's like the nicest bike I possibly can. So we do those bikes. Also, in our past, I put a lot of time and effort into developing bike fitting, and as in making bikes, I started out doing a lot of bike fitting, and ultimately teaching bike fitting, then had other people teaching bike fitting, and then I wasn't doing bike fitting anymore.
Right.
And so I'm returning to that as well. So my favorite way of this process is to start with somebody, have them come to me, and I do the full bike fitting on them, and then I design the bike and deliver it. But we also work with a handful of other bike fitters in other places, because not everybody wants to come up or can come to Saratoga where we are. And same thing with retailers. We're not developing a retailers network as we once did, but our goal is to make sure that every customer has the experience that makes them really happy and comfortable.
Right.
And so if somebody's got their guy or a gal mechanic that they just want to be involved in the process, or the bike fitter, great. We figure out how to put the pieces of the puzzle together so that they're really happy.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. Yeah.
So, and you're showing in Saratoga Springs, New York, and that's where you started as well. Is that right?
And that's where I grew up, and that's where we started. Yeah.
Excellent. So there's some continuity there. Is it gratifying for you to see kind of your overall impact on custom bicycles over the years? I mean, you see a lot of people who have taken the lessons that you sort of gave the industry as a whole, right? Taught the industry as a whole, and going off on their own. Is that in a way gratifying, or is it more annoying than anything else?
No, and that's very generous of you to ask that. And there was a time in my life that anything that I developed that I thought was like unique that I was doing, and somebody else's company would it annoy me? But it's like, wait a minute, no, it's good.
It's a compliment if you're being
It's a compliment, and ultimately I justified putting my life into the bike industry instead of environmental sciences, which is what I thought I was going to be doing. Because the more people that ride bikes, it's kind of like it's a good thing, right?
It's a plus for the environment.
And ultimately, if I played a little role in helping more people enjoy riding bikes more often, whatever bike we're riding, it's like, okay, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's gratifying, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, excellent.